Hey, you. So I want to talk to the person who believes things about themselves that other people have told them. I want to talk to the person who's stuck on the mistakes that they made in the past. I want to talk to the person who's so convinced that they are one thing when in fact that's not who they are at all. You see, I heard something today in a sermon that I was listening to, and he said, "This leprosy is not my legacy." And what I really took from that is the fact that, like, all the things that I've gone through in the past, all of the things that I have experienced, all of the pain that I have felt, all of the mistakes that I've made, all the failures that I have had, all of the tears that I have cried, I- that's that's not my legacy. My legacy is who I am right now. It is how I make people feel. It is the impact that I leave on this place. It is not my failures. It is not my mistakes. It is not the gossip. It's not the rumors. Yeah, people are going to say things about me, but I don't believe them anymore. I used to. And you see, when I used to believe the things that people said about me, I honestly kind of became those things because I believed it to the point where I thought to myself, if they think this about me, then it must be true. Even if I didn't think it was true. If this person says this about me, then they must see something I don't see. And that's not the case. You see, now, if you're anything like me, at some point in time, someone has called you something, someone has made you feel some type of way, and you sat with it and you believed it for quite some time until either someone came along and made you realize differently, or it broke you and God picked up the pieces. So, with that being said, what you need to really remember is that what God says about you is what's true. What God says about you is fact. What God says about you is not changing. What people say about you, what the enemy tries to get you to believe about yourself, that's not fact. That's not true. And it is a direct counteraction to what God says intentionally. So people are going to say, oh, you're a failure. You're a mistake. You're fat. You're ugly. You're a drunk. You're a drug addict. You're not good enough. You're too much. All of those things that people say, they hold no value. They hold no merit. What God says about you is written in the Bible, and it's true, and it's His word, and His word is never failing, nor is it lies. So I want you to write down all the things that people have said about you, all the things that maybe you've said about yourself. I want you to write them down. And then I want you to rip that paper out. And the reason that I want you to do that is because you will be writing down every single lie that has been spoken over you, every single untruth that has been spoken over you. And you may or may not look at it, and it may or may not make you emotional, but then you gotta rip it up. Because if it's not written in the Bible, it's not true. God is the one that created you. God formed you. And He says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. He says you're His child. He says you're forgiven, you're loved, that you're blessed, that you are on purpose. God says you are on purpose and that you have purpose. His word is the only word that you need to listen to. It's the only one you need to believe. Is He made you. They didn't make you. That person who slanders you, that person who has said bad things about you or said bad things to you, they don't get to. They don't get to have your heart like that. They don't get to have your mind like that. You are in control of what you do and don't believe about yourself. And I really hope that you, like I said, take a step back. Think about all the things people have said about you and the things that you've said about yourself. I can guarantee you they don't line up with what God says about you. Because unfortunately, we are human. We tend to look at ourselves in a mirror and nitpick everything we can. When's the last time you looked in the mirror and thought, wow, I look good today? When's the last time you told yourself that you're pretty? Or that you're handsome? Or that you're good looking? Start speaking positivity over your life, and I promise you, so much will change in the best way.